Once upon a time, a long time ago, a man was sitting in his home and he began to look out the window. Oh, it is such a beautiful day. I think I will go out and take a nice walk just to enjoy the sunlight. So the man begins to walk, enjoying the sunlight, listening to the birds sing, noticing the clouds gently moving through the sky. And as he walked and was amazed at the beauty of the world, he accidentally walked himself right into heaven, right into paradise. This place is very beautiful, but I have walked for a very long time. I am feeling tired. I need a place to rest. Oh, over there, it's a nice, beautiful piece of grass sitting under a beautiful tree that will provide me shade from the sun. So the man goes over, feels the soft grass under his feet, lies down, and he begins to drift off into a beautiful sleep. You know, heaven is like that. So as he sleeps, he rests. And then after a few hours, I must say that is one of the best sleeps I've had in a long time. But I am far away from home. I am feeling hungry right now. There are so many things that I could eat right now. And the man begins to think about all the foods that he loves and all the delicious delicacies that he loves. And they all come to his mind. And then they all appear. Oh, what is this? All of my favorite foods are sitting here, and I'm so hungry. And the man begins to eat the food. And after he eats for a while, I have stuffed myself with my favorite food. But I believe now I need something to drink. A nice vodka, a beer, a glass of wine, some nice water. So as the man thinks of all the drinks that he loves, all the drinks begin to appear. Oh, this is wonderful. I'll have my drinks now. So he drinks all his drinks, his water, his beer, his wine, and his vodka. And now feeling a little bit intoxicated, the man begins to wonder. This is very strange. I walked into this beautiful place. I needed a place to rest. And there was a place to rest. I needed some food once I woke up, and all my favorite foods appeared. I then wanted something to drink and desired it, and my favorite drinks all showed up. What is this place? This place, it must be cursed. It must be cursed that every time I think of what I want, it appears. There must be evil spirits around here. And these evil spirits are going to come and they're going to torture me because they're evil spirits. And if they torture me too long, I will surely die. So as the man spoke it, the evil spirits came. And the evil spirits descended upon him, and they began to poke at him and prod at him and cut him. They began to string up his arms and twist his neck, and they began to use all manner of devices against his body that caused severe pain to the point that the man finally died. It is a good thing that he was already in heaven, because he was a good man. And upon seeing the Creator, he says, I came to this place merely to take a walk. I was hungry and I asked for food, and food appeared. I was thirsty and I asked for a drink, and then drink appeared. But why? Why did the evil spirits come to me? Why? Why did the evil spirits torture me? And why? Why did I die? And the Creator looked and said, because you sat under a wishing tree. So whatever you thought, whatever you wished, whatever you desired, it happened. You desired food, and food came. You desired drink, and drink came. But then you began to fear because you did not understand where it came from. And you feared spirits, and evil spirits came. You feared the torture, and the torture came. You feared death, and now you are dead. This has been Storytime with an Alchemist. This is an old Buddhist Hindu story that was told to me by a Buddhist monk so many years ago, and I know it has been repeated by other Hindu and Buddhist gurus. This story of the man in the wishing tree is a story that teaches us that our mind is that wishing tree. Our mind can manifest whatever it is that we desire. Whatever we have purposeful thinking, definiteness of thinking about, our minds will attract it. Our minds will create it. Our minds will manifest it. You see, nothing on this planet began of its own accord. Everything on this planet, everything in this universe started because it first was a thought. It was first a thought in the mind of the Creator, whatever you may call that. It was also that everything that has been placed on this planet, everything that has been done by man, initially began as a thought in a man's mind or a woman's mind. The fact that we have the power of flight with machinery began as a thought in the minds of men. The fact that ships of metal glide across the ocean began as a thought of man. Because there is a mom and pop business in your community, began as a thought of a couple who desired to build a business. The fact that you have anything in your life right now is because you first thought about it. It first was a thought, whether conscious or subconscious, it became reality. And yes, when your relationship ended, it's because you thought of it ending. You saw it ending, and then you acted in accordance with it. The fact that you have a child happened because you thought of engaging in the activity that creates a child. Everything you have in life began as a thought for you. And because you thought about it, it is what you received. This man sat up under the tree, this wishing tree. And when he thought of food, food came. He did not question where the food came from. He just knew and had a singular thought, a definiteness of purpose in his thought that he required food in his life. He then required drink in his life. But as man is the only creature on the planet that goes into deep reasoning and has the ability to change his environment and change the environment to fit him, he began to doubt. We doubt our mind. And the moment we begin to doubt our mind, that allows for the negative portions of our brain to take over. That allows for us to see that this thing that has been providing us with wealth and abundance and happiness and joy is the very thing that begins to provide us with hell, with torture, and with death. When we see a person that we believe that we are attracted to, and we believe that that person can bring alongside us a great relationship, we're happy about it. We think great thoughts about it. But then as we develop in the relationship, we wait for the shoe to drop. We wonder, how long will they put up with my insecurities? How long will they put up with my bad habits? How long will they be here? And because we begin to focus on that, our mind manifests the departure and breaking of the relationship. When you first walked onto that job, you were excited about that job. You were happy about that job. You felt relieved because you have escaped the previous job. But as you remain on the job, you begin to notice things and see things. You begin to talk and hang out at the water cooler. You begin to pay attention to those who have no goodness in their lives towards you, and you begin to slack on your job. You begin to not have the great attitude on your job, and then over time you manifest your way out of that job as well. But when you carry the same negative mind to the next job, the same cycle then repeats itself. The lesson of this story is that you must be of singular focus. You must already determine what it is that you desire and allow nothing to distract you from it. You see, the greatest Achilles heel to our manifesting the great things in our lives are distractions that keep us from being able to focus on achieving the goal at hand. As long as we are focused on the negative, as long as we're focused on things not working out, as long as we're focused on what could possibly happen against me, then we cannot focus or act in a way that brings forth the bounty of greatness that is yours for the taking. The bounty of greatness that you had for yourself when you was a young teenager and you just knew the world was yours in the palm of your hand and that there was nothing you couldn't accomplish, that ebbs away from your life because you begin to listen to other people. You begin to listen to the negative portions of your brain. You begin to listen to that doubt. And because you listen, your activities, your energy, your spirit begins to dampen and change and move to the opposite side of the scale. The vibration decreases, and now you find yourself in a bad place. You find yourself been on the same job for the last 30, 40 years, watching others pass you by. You find yourself in a relationship where you're more companions than lovers. You find your health has deteriorated because you no longer can fit those clothes. You no longer can run and jump. You look at yourself and you are not happy because the parts of your life, the 360 degrees of your life, has been transformed into the very thing that you were so afraid of because your focus changed. Now there is an easy way out and there is a hard way out. If you take the easy route, life becomes more difficult. But if you take the hard route, life becomes easier. You see, the easy route is to blame other people. The easy route is to blame society. The easy route is to have an excuse or reason for every negative thing that happens to you. And in blaming the easy route, it will be easy for you to dismiss all the negative things that are going on in your life. But because you are now a casualty, an effect of someone else's cause, because now you are just a boat without a rudder, you will float and go wherever life takes you, and that life will bring you more hardship. You will go from job to job. You will go from relationship to relationship. You will go from one bad health situation to the next bad health situation. You will go from one financial turmoil to the next financial turmoil. Sure, you'll have your moments in the sun, but then the darkness comes quicker every time. You will find yourself always in a position of pain because you took the easy way out by ignoring the problems, ignoring the challenges, by dismissing the challenges, by procrastinating. But then there's another route you can take. This is often considered the hard route. The hard route is to maintain your focus. You see, if the man under the wishing tree had maintained his focus on wishing and desiring those things that he knew would bring pleasure into his life, he would have consistently and continuously brought pleasure and joy and happiness and wealth and abundance to his life. But that's not what he did. He had what the Buddhists call the monkey mind, that was always jumping from one thing to another thing, that began to emulate the people around him. If you begin to do that, you lose. But if you do the hard thing, if you do what is necessary, if you look at your mate and say that I know what makes my mate happy, and without them having to ask me, I will do it anyway. I know what makes my mate happy, and when they do ask me, I will do it anyway. I will do the things that I know makes my relationship great. I will do that, and my relationship will get better and will be better. When I look at myself, I know that if I am not eating correctly, if I'm eating unhealthy, if I am not exercising, then I know what the end result of that would be. So instead of not exercising, I would take the 45 minutes a day, every day, to exercise, whether it is to walk, whether it's to lift weights, whether it is to do Pilates or yoga or whatever it is, or a mixture of all. I will do what's necessary. I know that eating this type of food is not going to be healthy for me, so I will take the time to cook healthy meals. I will take the time to order on the healthier side of the menu. I will eat and drink healthy things and drink water. I will do what's necessary. It may seem hard and may be hard in the beginning, but we know that once you begin to make it into a habit, it becomes easier. But then life is greater. You have more mobility. You have more energy. And that energy and that mobility is better for your relationship that you're now ensuring that is filled with happiness. And yes, when you're on your job, your coworkers may want to talk to you, but no, I must get this task done. I know that somebody's waiting for me. I will make sure that I'm there on time, or make sure that I call them to let them know if I'm running behind. I will go the extra mile to make sure that things are taken care of. When everybody else is sleeping, I will be working. When everybody else is resting, I will be working. When everybody else is taking a break, I will be beating on my craft, because I know that if I put in the 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, if I put those years in now, if I do the work now, if I put my head down now and get it done, then I know that it will lend me to greater success. If I go and get the education, the in-house education at the company or outside education, I know that it will position me for the bigger position, for the more enriching position, for the more financially greater position. I know that if I do that now, it will position me for that later. I will do what is hard now so that I can have the greatness and the joy later, and it will be easier. That's how we win. That's how you attract. The true thing of the law of attraction is not just sitting at home and just thinking about it. And just thinking about it. You can think the check coming into the house all day. But if you don't get up and move in such a way that causes the check to come into your house, what you will get is a bill. You will get a light bill, and then an overdue bill, and then a shut-off bill, and then it will just shut off. You would get a rent due bill, a mortgage due bill. Then you will get an eviction, and then you will get kicked out and be homeless. If you don't take the appropriate actions, then your words are empty and they mean nothing. But if you want to have happiness, you want to have that greatness, then you have to keep your mind focused on that definiteness of purpose, on that thing that you want, that thing that you desire, every last one of them, your health, your relationship, your money, your job, every aspect of life that you want in your life to be at the highest level, the most adventurous, the most loving, the most fun, with the most wealth, with the most abundance. If you want all those things in your life, then you have to maintain that focus. Not fall into the monkey mind. Do not fall into what the man under the tree fell into, wondering what negative thing is going to happen next. But maintain your positive focus. You have to free yourself to be yourself. Because if you do not, if you allow yourself to become captive of fear, then you will always find yourself on the negative end of the scale. But that is not what you are designed to do. You were designed to live in abundance on this planet. Every book of wisdom tells you that very same thing, that you have control over your life. You have control over the environment. Man has shown that he can control the environment that's around him. So if man has shown that, then why are you not using it? You have that ability to use everything inside of you, your spirit, your mind, your emotion. You have all the tools you need to contour your environment to fit you. Because happiness is living life on your terms. It's contouring life to fit your desires. That, my friend, is happiness. And that ability is within you. But in order for it to happen, you have to free yourself so you can be yourself. Because then your greatness is non-negotiable.